Hi, this is Ken Herron, and I'm in one of my favorite places on my back porch. I enjoy having people over to sit and talk with me where we can just cover every subject under the sun with no agenda, just talk. And I don't have anybody with me today, so I'm going to talk for a few minutes just straight to you. We have an election coming up next year, 2014. And we have members of Congress and members of the Georgia House and Senate to vote on. And I have some very strong opinions about that. First of all, we've got a lot of problems in both the state and the federal government. The incumbents have been up there and have not solved them, and in fact, in most cases, I haven't seen our representatives even offer a bill that would solve any of the problems. I'm sort of inclined to get to term limits quickly, and maybe it ought not to be but one term unless they are real effective. But there are three things that are important to me in this election. Number one is term limits. Number two is the balanced budget amendment. And number three, I want to have something done about the labeling of packaged foods in the grocery store. I'll talk about all three of these things at different times, but for today, let's just start with term limits. In the very beginning, the founders of our country did not put a limit on senators, congressmen, or even our state government didn't put a limit on the representatives. They put a limit on the governor, put a limit on the president, but they have not put a limit on the representatives. The idea was that the people would be paid very little, just their expenses, and that they would come up there and serve for a short period, perhaps 60 days, and then they'd go back and wouldn't be there for a year. And they would have very little duties in reference to the government during that time. I don't think that they had a bad idea. That was a very good idea. And since that time, it's changed, and we have people that go to Washington, get elected on a shoestring, and they stay up there for a few terms, and they retire with full pay and $1 million. Now, I don't know how they get all that money, but I'd like to see it go back to what they were talking about originally. Let's get back to term limits. I don't know what's the proper thing. Maybe 12 years for the Senate and 12 years for the House. And in the state, 8 years for each of the two houses. But that's just my idea. Term limits, we need them, and we probably can't get them unless we use one little trick, and that is agree to let those that are already there be exempted from that, so that those that are in the Congress and in the state legislatures are not affected by this law, but those that are elected in 2016 and afterwards would have those restrictions, and I'm in favor of that. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much. God bless America, and God bless you.